Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And what you're seeing on screen is another AT&T C-RAN that was built in my market, El Paso, Texas, as I've stated before, on the channel, on X, or on the platform X. They're building them, and they're building quite a lot, and they're coming in very quickly. So this one, again, LTE only. That's the downside. That's the big negative here. There's no 5G associated with any of these small cells. Like I said, jokingly on a post over on X, if this was 2017, AT&T would have crushed it in LTE. So this densification was needed even back then, but at least they're doing something now. There's an investment, and LTE, for what it's worth, it's still a viable option. You can still get decent performance, and it'll still handle your day-to-day tasks. Now, some of the negatives that are associated with this densification, as I've stated, a lot of it is LTE. So you're going to have a lot of drop-offs, right? You're going to be on 5G, 5G plus, and then once you're intercepted by the C-RAN, you're going to drop off to LTE, right? There's no NR associated with them yet. There is no intercell aggregation, nothing from what I've been able to encounter. I've been able to encounter none of that. As soon as I get within the range of the C-RAN, I'm on LTE, and that's that. Right, so the performance is okay on these. They're also improving on speed. You'll see here, as you can see, 195 down, 50.9 up. Latency and routing, that's always been an issue. You guys have seen some of the tower testing that I've done on the Google Pixel. I've done it on previous devices. I've done it on Galaxies. I've done it on iPhones when AT&T was my primary. They've always had issues with routing. The latency was always high during LTE, transitioning to 5G and now 5G plus with the C-band. It has not been fixed. That is still a problem. And even with the C-RAN bringing in better RSRP, better signal quality, it has not been fixed. So as I stated before, the C-RAN is great, right? It fills in calling. It brings infrastructure closer to the user equipment, the cell phone. It's just all around a bigger bang for AT&T's buck, right? They want to make sure that their churn is able to stay the lowest in the industry. And while they're growing in markets, as I said before, where they can offer a converged offering, such as fiber and wireless, they're growing. It's a winning formula, and they are simply growing, and they're trying to take advantage. So once these C-RAN get C-band, right, that's happening. I was told, I was confirmed to me, that's happening. That's in the plans. And then they get the routing fixed. They get the optimization fixed. This network in El Paso is going to be humming along nicely. It's going to be humming very nicely. It's going to be a great network. But for now, it's a little all over the place, right? I won't sugarcoat it. It's a little all over the place. It's 5G plus, and now that they have a good amount of these C-RAN in play, and there's some densification, so now you're kind of getting that roller coaster. You're on C-band, DoD, great speeds, and then boom, you're on LTE. And even though, as you can see, it still performs great, you can, in some areas, you can notice that drop off, right? And then how does that pan out when voice over NR is in play once they launch SA, right? This LTE connection is going to be more than likely the better connection when you're on cell edge with C-band, even with C-band in some cases. So your data experience might not be as great if you're on a voice over NR call, unless the call drops off to LTE, which is very possible, right? But it's really a roller coaster. So AT&T have to get it figured out. I think they have to, in my opinion, they have to get to on these C-RAN and upgrade those very quickly, and get C-band on them. And then the other LTE channels, they need to also be on NR at some point, like N2, 66, the low bands, they have to transition that over to NR as well at some point to really get this 5G thing going. Because if not, if there's a mix of LTE and 5G and everything, I mean, we're just going to be behind. I mean, T-Mobile is going to have to lead for years to come if we're talking about the overall technology. T-Mobile is upgrading their small cells to 5G. All their macros have been touched. T-Mobile's not playing around when it comes to that, right? They're going to have everything NR. They have everything SA. Their routing is better. And AT&T is like a mix. They're like They're like mixing two sodas together. They got some 5G, then some 5G plus, then LTE. I mean, you're just constantly dropping off because they don't have C-band and DoD on all sites, so they're running N2 on other sites, right? So it's a very mixed bag when it comes to that. Now, performance is still above water, so you're not gonna notice that too big of a difference in terms of performance. But the tech enthusiasts, the wireless enthusiasts, I mean, you're gonna know, hey, this is not performing or loading as quickly as it should. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out, right? Verizon, they have their minds made up. They're upgrading their C-RAN small cells to C-band, millimeter wave, CBRS, right? Some type of NR is on the Verizon as well. And then T-Mobile is also transitioning and upgrading their legacy small cells to 5G as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Peace.